We got everything here, at least to stay alive. And the time that we share makes it all worthwhile. Got this place on our own. Do you feel that we got something strong? And I saw you walking the line, and the truth may come.
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Desert Adventures in Arizona. Thanks everybody for being here. Coming to you live from the Ironwood Forest National Monument here in sunny southern Arizona. I didn't get my green screen set up perfectly, but there we go. Good enough. Let's see. Hope everybody had a good Easter yesterday. We certainly did. And I have a couple of things to share with you that our grandkids made while they were here. Let's see who we have here. We have Ava Potterfield and friends. Good morning, Ava. Ava was just recently monetized, and we're happy about that. So if you're not subscribed to Ava, go over and subscribe to her channel. She has some great live streams where her and Doug play music for us on Thursday and Friday night. And of course, Monday morning, we have a coffee chat. It was interesting. This morning's chat was about desert, well, not desert, but spring flowers that everybody has seen popping up in their gardens. So that was fun. And also food. So now I'm hungry and I'm going to have to eat something. Let's see who else we have here. We have moderator Diane Phoenix. Hi, Diane. Thanks for being here. Scrolling. We have member Roy and Becky's Travels. Check their channel out. Becky just flew back home to get some medical checkups done. So sounds like she made it home safely. And good to see you here, Roy, even unsupervised. Lillian is here. Good morning. Thanks, Lily, for being here. Scrolling. Yeah, Becky made it. It's a long flight from Phoenix all the way back to Indiana. CR View, another channel member, is here. Good morning. Tim just shared a part 2 video on helping Homer install a awning on his RV. And that was a education and a learning experience. I'm not sure I would tackle it, but they got it done. Gracie and Jacques are here. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. Gracie, I got one of those chucker sticks for Lucas, and boy, he loves it. While I'm live streaming, Oki's going to take over the ball duty to keep him off my lap. So thanks, Oki, for doing that. Let's see who else we have here. Gina is here. Good morning, Gina. Hope you're doing well, Gina. Thanks for coming in. Scrolling. Dave Wanders is here. Good morning, Dave. My neighbor in Tucson. Hope you're doing well. Gina's saying hello. Got to make my coffee so I can see. I hear you. Got my hot coffee going. Oh, yeah. Nothing better. Catherine Cook is here. Hello, Catherine. We are in Earp, California by the water at Courseover BLM Campground. Nothing better, Catherine, than being out in nature camping. BLM Campground, that's the best. And let's see here. Let's all cozy up to the campfire as we wait for Steve. I got donuts, Dave says. Yeah, I run a few videos as I'm waiting for folks to come in because the notification goes out sometimes a minute or two after the live stream starts. So I thought I'm going to run a few videos, let everybody settle in with their coffee, and then we get started. Donuts, yummy. I hear that. I just watched one of Sandra's videos this morning of she's got a little 1-minute video of some critters laying on the rocks. So Sandra, that was cool. Hawkins Family Adventures is the name of her channel. And Lillian Tittle is putting out, there's San Manuel, Arizona. No, you guys get spam too. San Manuel, Arizona keeps calling me. I don't know why. I should play Roy's trick. Roy will pick up a phone like that and he'll say, hey, did you bring body bags? We're getting low on body bags. Oh, I should have done that, huh? Doggone it. That was perfect timing, too. Diane says we have coffee, donuts, bacon, and waffles with Ava. I'm stuffed, but thank you, Dave. Oh, yeah, that was good conversation over at Ava's live this morning. Yeah, you're right. It's getting hot. Let's see what the weather is today. Hey Siri, what's the weather in Marana, Arizona?
Okay. I found this on the web for what's the weather here today in Marana,
No,
Arizona.
that's not what I wanted. Hey Siri, what's the weather here?
Expect some clear
There we
skies
go.
today.
96 out here in Marana. Dave, you're going to be about the same, I guess, maybe a little cooler. Step Van Dan is here. Good morning, good morning. Hugs from Minnesota. I'll bet you're starting to warm up there, Dan. We sure are. 96 today. So I'm going to got my solar panels set up out there, charging the battery, lithium battery, and I ran the cooler, the Swamp Box cooler yesterday for about 6 hours, keeping the house cool, and I think I'll be doing the same today. I'm also running my lighting this morning on solar, so love solar. It's cheap, and it's a good way to power things. I do have one light over here I'm going to turn on. There, that's a little too bright. That's all right. You can see I was too busy chatting to get my studio set up. I need water, Mr. Spray in the desert. But if you have an old-fashioned donut, I'll have one. Yeah, Gracie, you're still down here in the heat, and it's going to start warming up. I guess right now you get a hot day or two, and then it cools off. It's pretty much a toss-up for the first part of April. Yeah, go ahead and post. Thank you, Tim, for posting Ava Potterfield and Friends link. And any moderators, feel free to post whatever links. And CRView, would you post yours also? Thanks, Lillian. I had these made by Sticker Mule and Tunestead, Jim over there. I went on his live stream a year or two ago, and he actually made this drawing and said, "Here, Steve, you can use it however you want." And I thought it was so good, I put it on my T-shirt, and I got some stickers made that came out pretty good too. Here's what the stickers look like. Looks like me, huh? And then I'm going to gradually move to this sticker and get away from this one. This is my old sticker, and that is Ragged Top Mountain, which is, we can see from the living room when we look out the back door. And that's what's behind me here. That's Ragged Top Mountain out here in the Ironwood Forest National Monument. And so I'll be moving more towards this sticker and away from the old sticker. So let's see here, scrolling. Well, I didn't know Roy was sweet. Box Fan D is here. Good morning, D, another member of the channel. Box Fan D was the very first member of my channel. As soon as I put memberships up, she was in there. And thanks, D. Another great channel, so be sure to check her out. She has some very cool live streams, very interesting conversation. And D saying hello. Dave says all is well. That's good to hear, Dave. And we have Talca Detector. Good morning, good morning. Hello, amigos. Yeah, Lucas will now expect Uenoki to throw the ball 3,456 times a minute. Pretty much. I'll tell you what, he keeps us busy. She's taking over duty while I'm live streaming. And Catherine saying hello. Weather hot 93 yesterday. Yep. I think as we hover in the 90s, folks that are full-time nomads will be moving north. Ron Darrell Adventures is here. Good morning, Ron. Good to see you. Scrolling. Hi, all. Too sleepy to greet everyone. Ron's a little. Better get your coffee going, buddy. All right. So if you don't know, Lillian Tittle and Sandra are sisters. Here's Sandra's channel, so be sure to check her out. They are identical twins. Really cool to have a twin sister, I think. Hot and hot. I need more sleep, but my granddaughter is homesick. Yeah, schools are like petri dishes, aren't they? The kids bring stuff home and share it with the parents and the grandparents. Steve and Tina Jewell here. Good morning from Canada. Hello. They just reached their 1,000 subscriber milestone. So congratulations, guys. And next step is to get monetized. So we'll certainly be running your playlists and visiting your lives. Way too hot for me. The interesting thing here is the humidity is way low. I think it was like 14% yesterday. When you have low humidity and high heat, all you need is shade and you're going to evaporate sweat. So I know it sounds weird, but it does work. Dan says 49 in climbing. 69 in quartzite right now with a high of 96. That's where we're going to be. Scrolling. Michelle is here. Good morning, Michelle. Good to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Scrolling some more. Well, we have 21 folks here, and there's Lillian's channel right there. Cool. Scrolling. I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. There's Gracie and Jock's channel. Thanks, Lily, for posting that. Getting acclimated to the heat now. I have to be back in quartzite by September 29th. It's still going to be hundreds at that time too, yeah. Yeah, it's still warm in September up there and down here too. Roy, it would be cool if you could get a little swamp cooler. You may be able to find one. If you get a little swamp cooler, I'll bet you could run it on solar. My roll-around swamp cooler uses about 200 watts when it's running. But you do have to have a water supply for it. And down in quartzite, you do have plenty of water. So that would be an interesting test to try. Roy and Becky's channel right there. Thanks, Diane. Too hot. There's Box Van D. Thanks, Diane, for posting that. Scrolling. Yeah, it's pretty tough on the doggies, but we're going to try to meet up again with Roy and Becky when they head north up in the pines. So the interesting thing about Arizona is that it does get hot, but you can move north 300 miles or so up into the forest, and you go from hot to nice and cool. There's Ron Darrell's channel. So Gracie's moving to Lake Isabella, California by the 24th of April. That should be nice. There's Step Van Dan's channel. Good job, good job. Crafty Travelers. There's Crafty Travelers channel. Got to meet her out here in the Ironwood meetup. Nice lady. She just finished up a trip down in Baja, California. Had a great time. Steve and Tina, Brass Monkey here in Campbell River, British Columbia. That sounds nice. There's Diane's channel. No content, but there's his channel. There's her channel. She Devil is here. Good morning, good morning. Working and lurking. So Tommy Riversticks just arrived at She Devil's place, and they're going to be working together to get Tommy She Devil. So we have two Tommies. We have Tommy from two different channels. We have Tommy She Devil Adventures, and we have Tommy from I just lost his channel, who are friends, and they're going to be working on She Devil Adventures bus that she just bought, getting it ready to camp in. So that should be some great content. Here's Tommy's channel. Thanks, Lily. There it is again. That's what you need, Roy. You know, I put a swamp cooler. I think I showed you my setup. I put a swamp cooler in the garage. It's a roll around, and I run it on solar. And yesterday I ran it for 7 hours, and it worked great. There's Lonnie. I could use a channel boost also, please. I have 931 subs, and I need lots of watch time. So check out Crafty Traveler. She does good content on her travels. There's her link right there. Gracie has the awning out and will sit in the shade all day. There's a breeze blowing and it's pleasant. That's it right there. That's the secret, huh, Gracie, is shade, low humidity, and a nice breeze. That's what you need. That's what you need in the desert. I know when I was working in the heat all summer, you have to drink more water than you're accustomed to. Now, folks up there in the Northwest, you probably don't drink as much water as we do down here in the desert. But I'll drink sometimes when I was working, 2 to 3 gallons of water a day. So Lonnie's going to be in Kingman next week. Hope it isn't too hot there. Should be okay. Cassandra had to take copper out. Yeah, it is exciting, huh? Have a new project and she's got a Riversticks looked over her bus that she bought, and he said it's in good shape. So there is Tim Mobang, another channel member. Good morning, Tim. Thanks for joining us. Mobang for your bucks. He does great videos on working on his van. He's built a couple of vans into camper vans, low budget. And that's what he specializes in, using material and reusing material to build his van. And he does some really interesting, well-done videos. Oh, we had a swamp cooler in the clubhouse, and it worked great. Yeah, they're great. They're great down here in the desert. Yeah, they do use water every day, 5 gallons of water every day. Yep, they do use water. That's how the cooling happens. But yeah, Box Fan D knows how that works. And if you're paying for water, it is a concern. Or if you're low on water, I would see. I could see putting a maybe like a 15-gallon, jug outside with a portable cooler and just having it gravity fed into the cooler. You could just trickle it in. There's Michelle saying hello to everybody. Tim saying hello. Okay, so Crafty Traveler, it says my Baja Adventures will premiere on April 20th. So be sure to check that out. Today is the 10th. And Lonnie went down there with a group of RVers. And so they stayed safe while they were down there, stuck together, and it looks like they had a great time. Strap the awning down. The dust NATOs out here this season have been ruthless. We've been hit by 2 this season. Luckily, our awning was strapped down to the ground. Yep. The wind can be pretty serious, and we had the dust NATO that he refers to is what we call a dust devil. Roy coined it a dust NATO, and that's pretty much what it is a mini tornado. Yeah, you got to watch it, especially when we leave. If we leave the RV, we'll put the awning in because you never know. And Tim is a member at the master level. Always appreciate that, Tim. Peter is here. Good morning, Peter. Good to see you. Old Man Homestead. We lived in Palm Desert in the 70s. We had a swamp cooler and a refrigeration. Swamp cooler doesn't work well in the monsoons. Exactly. Yeah, I'll turn mine off. I have an air conditioning unit on the house. It costs about $150 a month to run it. Swamp cooler costs, maybe $20 or $30 a month. And the water. There's Old Man King Homesteads. Ava's eating but listening. Oh yeah, I'm not surprised, Ava. You talked well about making burritos and all kinds of good food there that everybody was sharing, and made me hungry. Supposed to be good up to 25. Yeah. Saying hello. Okay, so we had a great Easter yesterday. Our grandkids came over and they brought their mom. So we didn't have as much fun as we could have had. But yeah, mom's pretty cool too. You know what I mean when you have grandkids. You feed them goodies and then you send them back home. Anyway, our granddaughters, Hallie and Caitlin, enjoy crafts. And so Oki got some crafts, paints and stuff out for them. And so Hallie loves to draw. Well, you can't see that real well. There it is. And so she drew this yesterday. And she drew this. She's pretty good. And then she made this bookmark. This is a black paint that you scratch off and you draw and write on it. So she says, best grandparents, Baba and Gigi. There's a reason the word grand is in grandparents. Isn't that cute? That's a keeper right there. And Oki also set them up to do some rock painting. Now, you see rocks all over that people have left out here. And so these are in progress works, but this is one that Hallie made yesterday. See, it looks like a little cat. She loves cats. And so she started drawing that. See the flowers, little flowers down there. And then Caitlin started this. She's waiting for it to dry. And I don't know what it's going to be yet, but it almost looks like a rose, doesn't it? Looks like a rose with a leaf there. And then Oki made this one. Isn't that cool? And then you put clear coat on it, and then she put her initials on the back. So that was cool to watch them do that. That was our Easter. And of course, we had sushi. Oki set up the coffee bar with sushi makings, and the kids made all their sushi. Not with, you think of sushi as raw fish. It's not raw fish. We had no raw fish. It's primarily vegetable sushi, and so you put in there, you lay your rice out on top of nori, which is the wrap, and then you lay your rice out, and then you lay in whatever you want to roll up in it, and you can put in there avocado. I think crab. She had some crab meat and all kinds of other stuff. It was good. Tales in the Dark is here. Tales Told in the Dark. Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for coming in. And thanks for joining us. There you are, saying hello. I have not seen you, but thanks for joining us. And maybe you can tell us a little bit about your channel. Yeah, getting the awning back in when there's a storm is definitely a trick. We have some rock artists in Campbell River as well. Yeah, it's pretty neat. We find them at the base of trees out here in the BLM area, where people will paint them and leave them behind, and it's fun to see them. Tim's doing well. Yeah, find them on the beach and then walks, and that's pretty neat to be able to create stuff like that and then leave it behind for other people to enjoy. Yeah, put the legs on the ground and tie those down. Yeah, that's for sure. That's the way to do it. Yeah, sashimi is the raw fish. Yeah. Yeah, and we eat that too. Okay, Roy. I'll let Oki know that. She's out playing with Lucas right now. We'll get you fixed up. So Tales in the Dark. Tell us, there's the link right there, Tales in the Dark. So Tales in the Dark, what's your channel about? Tell us a little bit about, okay, so narrating. So we have some information there. Tales Told in the Dark, narrating. So it must be stories told in the dark. So are they scary? Are they mysterious? Mythology. Cool. Cryptids and mythology. That sounds cool. Spooky stories. Wow, that sounds interesting. We'll have to come over and check you out. ASMR, mythology and such. Pretty cool. Awesome. We'll be over. We'll be over. There's Sandra. Good morning, Sandra. Lily was telling us you had to take copper out. I'm looking for a specific color rock. It's golden color. Let me know if you happen to stumble across one. A gold rock. Yeah. I gotcha. Not painted gold, but shiny gold, right? So there's Merton and Sue. That's probably driving and playing. Well, it could be Merton, but I'm guessing it's Sue. Thanks, guys, for coming in. Traveling Merton and Sue are selling their house and going full time. We got to meet them. And they came out here from Massachusetts. They came out all the way out across the country from Massachusetts, spend 6 weeks or so out here, plus they're including their travel. And then they're back packing up, selling off stuff, getting ready to go full time in their RV. So there we go. We have some subs, new subs. Diane likes that kind of stuff. That's cool. And I'll definitely check it out too. Still raining up there, huh? Sandra, we're going to be 96 here today. Gold. Yeah. Who wouldn't want to find one, huh? That would be neat. I love sashimi and sushi, even had some in Japan. I enjoy it so much. I married a Japanese citizen. Of course, she's an American citizen now. But we met, gee whiz, 38 years ago in Okinawa, Japan. I just loved it there. Loved it there. Yep. Yep. Gracie was down here with Jacques at our meetup and got to meet her. And she's living life, that's for sure. So we need an update on how the house sale is going. Whoever's driving Merton is out there on a mower now, I think, is what he's doing. And Sue is house cleaning, if she's still doing that. I love being off grid. Yeah, I do too. I see it as a challenge. And Roy and Tim and those guys, yeah, that's right. Oki just let me know that we got a rock painting from Sue, Merton and Sue's, and Oki was inspired to start doing that too. And this was her first one that she's done. You have to have river rock, something smooth that you can paint on, and then you do your painting on it and then clear coat it. And this is the first one that Oki has done. I think it came out pretty good. Yeah, I agree. Tuna is my favorite too, Diane. Steve and Tina saying hello. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You get one of those windstorms and it can tear some stuff up, and it is dangerous. So CRView, again, check out CRView. They just did an awning replacement on a rig up there in Quartzsite. We've been in plenty of windstorms, but the tornado that hit us a few weeks back was the strongest I've ever felt. It's scary. It is scary. Did I miss Happy Place Camping? Yep. There's Felix. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. They did a rebuild on their camp trailer, which was pretty cool to watch. Got a whole series on that. How they took everything out and rebuilt it, repainted it, rebuilt it, and looks like it came out pretty good. Oh, you can melt crayon on hot rocks. Oh, I've never seen that. You can melt crayon on hot rocks. I'll bet you get some pretty colorful stuff, huh? It gets hot enough here in the summertime where we could probably do that. I know if you leave a crayon out, I remember that when I was a kid, leaving a crayon outside and coming out and it's all melted. Yeah, that's CRV. That's good. So for channel members, if you want to put your channel in, put an exclamation point, type in your channel name in lowercase, and it'll come out like this. Stream Elements will put a link to it. So if you're a channel member, feel free to do that. Felix saying hello. Ava says, I love melting crayons. Wow. I wonder if you could use a torch. Is that how you could do it? I don't know. Oh yeah, it came out really nice. I thought she wasn't impressed with it at first, but I think it came out really nice. All right, thanks, Diane. There is Happy Place Camping. Felix and Jesse. Eva says can't tag, so saying hello to everybody. Gracie says when we were at Sidewinder Road with Johnny's Journey and crew, we had a dust NATO storm that lasted from 1 a.m. until well into the evening. Yeah. Oh, I'll bet, Dee. I have seen so many awnings end up in the graveyard here in the desert. Yeah. You have to really pay attention to the wind out here because it can be bad. Catherine Cook saying hello. Ah, so you must have measured it, huh, with a device. The ground here was 130 degrees yesterday. Yeah, and with your dogs, you have to be careful out here in the desert. Just walking across the asphalt in a parking lot or crossing the road, we'll always put our hand down on the road to make sure that it's not going to burn the pads, of our dog. That's how hot it can get. Aussie Van Man is here. Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. Hope you're doing well. Aussie Van Man, we need a link there. There's Ava Potterfield's link. Somebody could put Aussie Van Man's link in there. That would be great. So Sandra says you bake the rocks and set the crayon on the rocks. Okay. So you just kind of crisscross them to come up. Wow, we got to try that. We have to try that. That sounds interesting. You can fry eggs on the rocks in the sun too. And that's also a thing out here in the desert. And you've probably seen that too, Dee, is where you can make a solar oven and you can do cooking out here. You just need sun and a hot box. Okay, thanks, Diane. There's Aussie Van Man's channel. That's right. No water heaters needed here this time of year. When we had our well dug, even down to 350 to 400 feet, the water coming out in August was about 82, 83 degrees. So you're right. When it gets hot here, I turn the water heater way down. Yep. Felix, I was talking about the grandkids coming over and Hallie, our little granddaughter who just turned 11. She made this one. And then we have some projects that are in progress. That looks like a rose with a leaf. That's our other granddaughters making that, Caitlin. And then we had some nice drawings and things, that they were doing. They love to draw, and they're pretty good at it. A lot better than I am. Okay, you can also use a burner on the stove. Okay, So you can heat the rock up, the burner on the stove, and melt crayons that way. That would be a good way to do it. Yikes. Yeah, don't be riding a bucket in these wind gusts. Okay, so Merton is still a mechanic, has accepted it for this summer. House is under preliminary purchase and sale agreement. They did the inspection on Saturday, so now we will wait to see if they want it. Awesome. Boy, that went pretty fast. Pretty fast, Sue. There's Aussie Van Man's link. So again, Traveling Merton and Sue have a channel. They do live streams every Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern time. So it shows up here a couple hours before that. Always interesting conversation. You are always our worst judge. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Okay, so we carry a laser thermometer to check the ground before we let the dogs out. Always a good idea in the desert. Yes, Oki painted this one, Sue. This is it right here. This is the first one that she's done. And we can actually pick up rocks around here that are smooth enough for her. And she could tell you the flower. I can't remember. It's one of the wild flowers that we see a lot of out here. But yeah, that's Oki's first one. And she's pretty artistic anyway. Me, I have trouble drawing circles. Okay, Lily, thank you. Go fix. Lily, I like scrambled eggs, bacon, sausage, and toast with some honey on it. Can you help me out? When I was a kid, we were barefoot in the desert. You just have to keep moving. I know. I was that way too. Rode my bicycle. Didn't have any shoes on. Grew up with no shoes mostly. You didn't stop for long. That's right. And then you would hop from shade to shade. So if you're running through the yard or the neighborhood, we'd run through the grass. I learned that sidewalks were cooler than asphalt. So you could run along a sidewalk. You could jump shade to shade, right? So you have a mailbox with a shade on the ground. You could jump into that and take a break. I remember that. It brings back a lot of memories. Just got back from Prescott. Much cooler up there right now. I'll bet. 98 in Phoenix. I hear you. It's going to be 96 here. Ran barefoot in the streets of California. Nothing like melted road stuck to your feet, right? Right. I know. I got burned a couple of times. But when you're a kid, your feet toughen up, and my feet are not very tough anymore. Yeah, they're really good, and their mom sets them up with all kinds of supplies, and their whole house is a big artist community, I guess you call it, because those kids love that. Uh-oh, here we go. Self-combustion starts at 130 degrees. It's a good thing that rocks are not flammable. So Aussie Van Man, you going to stay up there in Phoenix for the summer? Or you're going to move north? When we were kids, we could endure just about anything. Not so much anymore. I hear that. I mean, I'd ride my bicycle out through the whole summer, and it never felt hot. We would cruise around. We'd find a hose in somebody's yard. We would turn the water on, get some water that way, and that's how we rolled back in the 60s. All right, closing is set for May 28th. Awesome. That's so cool. Congratulations. Now, when we sold our last house and moved out here, the minor stuff that shows up in the inspection, I didn't worry about that. We didn't have any major. I think we had 2 items we had to have someone. We had a little dry rot on the bottom of one door frame, and I hired a guy to come in and fix that. And then we had one other minor issue with the heater, and I hired somebody to come in and fix that just so there was no question. But all the other minor stuff, we just told them that's the way it's going to be sold. So, excuse me. Scrolling. All right, I'm going to take a cough break here. I'll be right back. Uh-oh, you know what? I forgot. I promised Ava I would play a video for her. Ava, are you still here? I hope so. Hello, Ava. Are you here? I'm going to play Ava's video here. Let me catch up here. Okay, Dee's taken off. Have a good day, Dee. Thanks for coming in. Important call coming in. That's good. Got to take those. Drag your feet so goat head stuck in the end of toes instead of stepping on them. Ooh, goat heads, another bad memory. I need to reassess hot coffee in the morning. That's right. You don't need as much in the summer, huh? Sandy is here. Good morning. Good morning. And he never once got sick from that hose water either. Well, you're right, Sandy. You're right. We drank a lot of it. Hate those goat heads. Okay, Ava's still here. Okay, Ava, here comes Ava's favorite video. This is the koi pond. This is a koi pond that we built back when we built the house, and I put a GoPro down in there and recorded this video some time ago. What do you think of that? That's Ava's favorite. That's pretty cool. I need to do an updated one. We have a bunch of new fish in there now. We have that white koi that's in there. That koi is, I think, over 20 years old now. We had one other koi in there, and he died because he ate something that didn't pass. but we have a bunch of goldfish in there now. All right, Felix is taking off. Hate to jump out early. Got to get back to work. Thank you, Felix, for coming in. I'm still working on getting over this cold. How do you regulate the water temperature when it's hot? You don't. It's set in the ground and it's rocked in. Got some big river rock around the edges and concrete down on the bottom. And it stays cool enough where they do just fine in the winter and the summer. Excuse me again. But yeah, it's fun. That was my place to sit after work and relax. And I still do. And that's been there a long time. All right, I'm going to play. Let's see what else I can play for you here. How about some snow? Since it's getting hot, let's look at some snow. And here's another. That was Ragged Top Mountain in one of our very rare snowstorms that we got. Not really a storm, but we got a pretty good dusting of snow some time ago. And I'm going to hang on to that. So when it gets up to 110, 115 degrees, we can enjoy that. Oh yeah, talking about the koi, yeah, they live a long time if they have a good place in a nice pond, and I keep a filter in there too, and clean it out once in a while. So there is some maintenance to it. Roy says it's 71 outside now. The ground is already 96. So Roy is going to be going live here at 10 o'clock Arizona time. So about an hour from now, be sure to stop by and check out Roy and Becky. And I'm guessing that Becky will come in from Indiana where she's at. Yeah, I have no problem looking at the snow on the screen as long as I don't have to look out the window and see it. I hear you, Peter. 39 here is going to hit a high of 51. 51 is like cold for us. Oh, there's Tales in the Dark. Looks like great around the campfire content. Very cool, very cool. All right, so we're coming up on 59 minutes here. So thanks everybody for coming in today. Appreciate it very much. If you see somebody in the chat that you haven't subscribed to or checked out their channel, be sure to do that. Yes, especially having to walk in it or worse, shovel it. Yeah, I hear that. So Merton and Sue are going to be moving out of Massachusetts and following the 72-degree weather. Yes, sirree. Okay, folks, again, thanks for coming in. I'm hungry after watching Ava's live stream this morning, so I need to go get something to eat. Thanks again for being here, and we will see you next time.